We are live. Maybe I might not live through this. Hello, friends. How are you? It is, what is it? It is Monday night. I really missed Monday Jumpstart today, but I knew we were meeting tonight, so that made it all good. It is so good to see you all. Dawn Marie is here with me today. And
Hi, everyone.
I'm just choking a bit. If I mute, it's because I'm having a coughing attack.
I was so excited when I saw my big golden ticket.
I know that it got here. We need to take one of these and actually turn it into a big golden ticket.
I know.
That would be really cool. I've had a couple of people ask me what to do with the cool metallic envelopes that they get. So we should have a submission.
You could make a Willy Wonka
golden ticket
journal.
Oh, that would be cool. We saw Wonka on Saturday.
Did you? I still want to see that.
It was so good.
Was it good? Good.
So good. It was the young Willy Wonka, and it was the prequel. You know, like Star Wars and Star Trek. It was the prequel and showed where Willy came from.
Right.
How we got to where the factory and stuff. So
right. That's cool. I may try to get Mark to go with me. Who knows?
The color, the sets were spectacular.
I'm sure
it was well done. Yeah, really, really awesome. Let's see if I can do this without choking here. Hi, Cheryl. I just about said good morning, Cheryl, because I read her comment. I'm glad you got yours and ready to open it with us. Excuse me. Yep, Margie's has been delivered, but not to her. So it'll be to her soon.
Diabetes coconut.
I'm not gonna eat it while online. Oh, I do something to pull down the coconut there. Okay. Hi, Jen. I know Jen has had a really, really long, busy weekend, and I'm glad that you're up to at least turning it on. I don't think she's received hers yet. Her box, but she can enjoy watching it and seeing what is coming. Doug just brought me something to take a bite of and try to get
rid of her
whatever was in my throat out of my throat. So let's see if that works. Let me suck on that a minute and see.
Hi, Susan. How are you?
Oh my goodness.
Did we miss anybody? Glennis. Oh yeah, Glennis. How did your sale go?
Why does it happen like right before we go live? Of course.
You know what? It's not the first time something like that's happened.
Always. Hi, Susan. It is so good to see you.
Frog legs in the throat. Yeah. I actually did that not long before she is because my husband put too much pepper on my hamburger.
Oh no. Oh.
Yeah. Or either that or he put wherever. Well, I took a bite of like where the most concentrated pepper was, and I just couldn't.
When you shook it and like, oh, whoops, and shook shook it around where the first part got a whole bunch and you got that bite.
Yep.
Hi, Glennis. Good to see you. Froggy legs in the throat. And Joanne is here. Hi, Joanne. Joanne.
And my husband. My husband wanted to let you all know that he's a good husband because he cooked dinner for me tonight. That's what he said.
Aww.
Tell all the ladies that he's a good husband. I said, they know you're a good husband.
We know he's a good husband. We do. He is. And it is nice when he cooks dinner,
Yes, because I was out doing other things all day today. So.
Aw, cool.
Yeah.
Joanne, did you get yours yet? I don't know if Susan got hers. All right, this might work.
Do I rent him out?
Hey, he cooks, he cleans.
Yep.
Mine does too, and I'm not renting him out.
No.
I'll cook and he'll do dishes and he cleans too. So
yep.
Oh, Joanne opened it already. Whoop whoop. Can't wait to watch her video. I apologize. I did put something in my mouth to suck on to try to get my throat to calm down. Oh, listen, this is awful. Okay, so we like to kill a few minutes up front to give people a chance to get the notification from YouTube that we are live so they can jump in and join us, because a lot of people get theirs and hold on to it so that they can open it with us, because that's always fun. And I try to time it where most people will have theirs already. Excuse me. So you don't have to hang on to it for 2 or 3 days. I know that there are a few that haven't received them yet. And there are a few people that don't watch us live if they haven't received it, because they want to be surprised. Then they'll come back and watch it afterwards. So that's okay. Susan, thank you for asking. Doug is feeling great. Surgery on Monday went fabulously. It went flawlessly. We knew going into surgery that they wouldn't know exactly what they had to do until they got in there. And it would either go one way, which would be fairly simple, about 2.5 hours, and it was all laparoscopic, or it could go the other way and it would be longer and they were going to have to cut him open. So it went flawlessly, and it was all laparoscopic, and he only had to spend 1 night in the hospital, came home the very next morning. He's been resting this week and his last week and is doing fantastic. So today is 1 week out and he's doing great. Still has a little bit of pain, but just from the incisions and the inflammation that it causes inside the abdomen, but really he's doing great. And he thanks you all for your prayers and your love and support. And we just feel it. We feel it really strongly with the HPP family. All right. I'm hoping talking and killing time is going to get my throat settled down. Margie would rather know what's coming. So she'd rather see it first and then get it and open it. All right. So here we go.
And I think I just hit my camera again.
Uh-oh.
Okay, you're first anyway.
Yeah, but you can see it down below, right? So if you need
Yep.
to adjust, you can see.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So we're going to grab this and we're going to pull the whole thing out all as one, like this. Okay. It was packaged specifically.
Boy, she's being bossy about this.
Well, we really tried to package it like this so that you could pull the whole thing out and you wouldn't have stuff falling all over, and it would be really easy to get to. And we did put a couple little stickers on it, but they're not super, super sticky, but they are super cute vintage stickers. So you can pull those off. And if it tears a little bit, you can put a little bit of undo on it and it'll come off the tissue. But you can use those stickers. I'm going to pull those off because they are really cute. And I think I might want to use them a little bit later. I got bread and a cow and some words. There was some that had a cute bee. Oh, darn it. This one's sticking a little more. Well, there's 2 pieces of tissue, so I'm going to not worry about that one getting torn a bit. Hate when that happens. I could grab the undo, but you're all going, forget that. Just open it up, will you? Okay, right inside is your package insert, whether antique or vintage, by age or by look. Its beauty transcends trends and captures the essence of an era. So I had already told you that a December theme would be vintage, and it can be vintage, and actually a lot of this box is antique. It's way older than vintage. So, but it can be vintage by age, or it could be vintage by look. So there are a couple things in there that they're created in the vintage style, even though they're new. So you'll see what we mean by that. All right. What is in this box? All right, let's open it up. Well, to start with, the gold pouch. This gold pouch was put in there because it was left out of November's box. This was part of the color box, and that is a Tree of Life charm. So the gold pouch was the one that I said would be in December's because it was accidentally left out of November's box. So I'm going to set that one aside for a minute, although I might use it. Okay, next is 2 vintage style clothespins with vintage ribbon and trim. The yellow washi is just to hold it in place so it won't come undone. These are new clothespins, but they are the vintage style with the split feet down here. I have seen recently a lot of people make super cute angels for Christmas or little dolls. So I thought it'd be fun to see what everybody does with these and get some new ideas. The trim and the lace on it, though, are indeed vintage. Alrighty. Mini envelope with 2 packs of vintage buttons. That is this. There is a variety of envelopes, so they don't all look exactly the same. And this little closure here should, it's a sticker, not actual wax. So that should come off pretty easily. It's not super, super sticky so that you can reuse that. All right, so in your mini envelope, there are 2 packs of Button Bazaar vintage buttons, and there's a variety of colors. So most of the boxes, I think, or the envelopes, got a clear or a white and another color with it. So everybody got 2 packs of vintage buttons. Next is Jen Hatfield vintage style safety pins. Okay, so these are obviously new, but look how cool they are. They are vintage style. So you can add charms or anything onto these. So pretty. I love the vintage style without the ring on the end. And I love that they've got this extra little gold accent on them.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 5 of those in the pack. So that's something that is vintage style. It's not actually vintage. It's vintage style. All right. Next, it says large vintage slide. And that is this. I was told that the age of these, they could be antique, but I couldn't verify that for sure when I got them. So I will not call them antique, although I don't know, they might be. If anybody knows more about these slides, type of slides than I do, but they are definitely vintage. And
I will tell you, the dress of the men in mine certainly is antique.
Yeah. And they might be in different countries too.
Yes. Yeah. This one is probably in South America someplace. Mine is.
Cool. Some of them have really bright, it's cool how you can see this on the screen. The person on there and the street scene. There's a street cart that might have flowers or fruit or vegetables or something. Some of them have really bright flowers and countryside. Yeah, that they were just put in there randomly. So everybody got one of these. And I just think that they're super cool. I've never seen any like this before I was able to get those. Okay, canvas bag of vintage slides. That is this. And as you know, we are trying to make all of the packaging, everything that you get, usable. We are obviously you could use the backing of this and you might throw away the cellophane, but we didn't want to take them out of that packaging just to put them in other packaging. Seems kind of a waste. So, but we're trying to make all the packaging usable so that you can upcycle it, recycle it, use it in your journals or to make whatever. So this little canvas bag is just adorable, isn't it? Could be a little item on its own, but we had so many of these slides for everybody that, I mean, this thing is full. I just pulled out a handful, but you can see that there's just a ton in there. There was something like 35 or 40. I don't remember exactly, but these are, some of them have where they are. Like this is Alcatraz Wall in San Francisco, California, which I love because I've been there. And they have the dates. That was 79. This one was 86. 72, but you can look at them and see what the dates are. These are definitely vintage, not antique, but definitely vintage. Some cool scenes, and they're just kind of fun to use. I'm going to do something with some of these tonight and maybe share an idea with you on the slides. Okay, what is next? A light craft coin style envelope with vintage first issue envelope. So this is craft, but it's light craft. This is a darker craft. It's coin style, but it's larger than what we typically know as a coin envelope. This package of these are envelopes in the envelope. These are all actual U.S. Printed envelopes with stamps. They were issued on the first day of issue of that stamp. Some of them have an address on it. Some of them don't, but you can see the different stamps and what they were made for. There's 1971. Oh, are they all 71? November 71, July 71, June 71, November,
Uh-oh.
August.
There better be a January in there for me.
Oh, everything in January.
Now I gotta look.
November, July, June, November, August, June.
November, July, June, November, August, and June.
No January. Okay. Susan doesn't have the vintage slide, but has 2 packs of safety pins. Okay. Susan, we ended up with the exact number of slides except one for the box that I open. And we always have to have a complete box that I open so people can see it. However, I put 2 packs of the safety pins in there, and it was all random, so I had no idea who was going to get that box. So I'm kind of glad it's you, because now I know, and I can ask you if you would like. I will trade you the slide, and you may have the slide. And this is a good time then to say we have 4. I'm sorry. We have 4 extra boxes this month, only 4, and they will have everything except this slide, because we literally had the exact number of slides. And so they will have 2 packs of safety pins, or if you don't like safety pins, maybe something different or extra of something else. Hi, Sylvia. Dinner is late. We'll watch replay. Subscription isn't here. Oh, I'm so surprised that yours isn't there. Being so close to me, but you know, it gets to DM on the other side of the country in one day, and it'll take Sylvia 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Oh, Joanne loves hers. Margie made angels from these in her vintage childhood.
Yeah, I did too.
I love that.
I made a ballerina from one once too when I was a little girl. Yeah, I think I still have that one in my Christmas stuff.
Oh, Joanne, that is so cool. She said she's been looking for a lot of these items, and I had no idea. If there's things like that on your wish list, Joanne, shoot that list to me. Send me a message whenever you think about it. Because if there are things that I can find or that we have in stock that we save for an estate sale type of thing, I'll work them into a box. She'll look and see if she has a January.
Well, thank you. I can't
wait to see her unboxing. Her unboxing will be posted tomorrow morning at 9 Eastern, which is 7 my time. Cool. Yeah, definitely. You know, people send me messages all the time to ask if I have things in stock, because sometimes I have things and they don't get into the shop very quickly because it just is time consuming to do that. And I usually try to bring things to a live sale before putting them in the shop. So if they're gone, they're gone. If there's some left, then I'll put them into the shop. But that being said, if there are things that you specifically would love to see, or here's another thought, if there are box themes that you would love to see, shoot those messages to me as well, because oftentimes something that I'm thinking about and then you throw out an idea, I can merge them together and come up with something even better than what I was planning. So it goes there, mail to DM, but Pony Express to Sylvia. Yeah.
Oh, Susan has a February 24th, 1971. So that's really funny because my friend Samantha, that's actually her birthday.
Wow. 1971. Wow.
Yeah, February 24th, 1971.
Oh, that was the anniversary of my first marriage.
Really?
I thought of it.
Gosh.
Not 71. No.
Oh, okay.
I was 9 years old.
Oh, okay.
No, but
I was thinking, boy, you child bride.
Oh, that's hilarious. No, not 71. Okay. Then we have a craft policy closure envelope with antique postcards. So we took this and we just wrapped it around once. So all you have to do is unwrap it to the left once. I know there are 2 strings. I didn't, this is how they came, and I didn't change it because you could take it off completely if you want, put something else on, or you can tie a knot, put this one around it so it's up close, and then just use 1 string, or maybe you want it double. That's totally up to you. So I just left them like that. But I know these are so, so cool. These postcards are antique. Now, vintage means it's over 25 years old. Antique means it's over 100 years old.
Yeah, these are old.
Okay. That's, people, a lot of times people say vintage for things that are, from 2000, or they'll say, this is what drives me crazy, is when people say antique for things that are from the 70s.
Yes, that
or
annoys
the 60s. I am not antique yet.
Annoys
I'm
the
not
poopy
sure
out
I'll
of
live
me.
that long. Yeah. They are antique when they are 100 years old. So if somebody says antique, you really need to verify the year to know if it truly is. So when I say to you that something, I know that something is nearing antique, but I can't verify that it is antique. I know this is nearing 100 years old, but I can't verify that it is 100 years old. It doesn't have dates on it that I can find.
Thanks for checking.
So, aw, hi, Julie. So these postcards are absolutely antique, and they are so cool because they have that same handwriting that we see in the ledgers that we love. Everybody will get an Easter, which I really tried to give a variety in every. Yeah, you guys, you may think I'm just silly, but with something like this, I took all the postcards and I sat down and I sort them all out by what they are. Are they Easter? Are they Christmas? Are they birthday? I sort hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of postcards out. And then I start pulling, a variety so that everybody gets a variety.
Mm-hmm.
I even did foil back then. I don't want somebody to get all birthday and nothing else, and somebody else to get all Christmas and nothing else. Oh, look how pretty. I love
that one is pretty.
Pansies. And some of them have the postage on them still, and some of them, ooh, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's quilted. You can feel
a puffy one.
Yeah, the fibers on that are really cool. Wow.
My grandmother had a postcard that was puffy like that, and it had a squeaker in it. So, because there was a bird on the front, it made a tweet. But
wow.
I don't know whatever happened to it. I just remember playing with it when I was a little girl.
Toledo, Ohio, Miss Madge Jeffers from Elise C.
Oh, that's funny. Jeffers.
Yeah. Oh, look at this.
That's beautiful.
That is pretty. Now, I will throw in a little side note here too. This one has pansies, and that reminded me. I'm putting together some pansy journal kits, and even making some covers with pansy fabric so that the cover's ready to go and the journal kit in there. And I pulled out a whole bunch of the antique pansies to add to those journal kits. Pansies were a thing back then, I guess, because there was a whole bunch of them.
I can't remember. I think they mean friendship. I know that pansies are one of those flowers that are in the thing.
This is something we would do. It says a note from.
Of course, you got the good one.
It's totally random. The envelopes are all filled. I address them to everybody else and then grab one.
Just kidding.
I know. Mrs. John A. Williams.
Amesbury, Massachusetts.
Amesbury, Massachusetts. Most of these are from back east. This one's Vienna, Ohio.
Yeah, all of mine are from Ohio.
Remember, the latch string is out. Oh, Oh, we were here.
Mm-hmm.
We were there in Holland. Sincere Wishes. And it looks like they inked the edges. It's kind of pinky. It actually looks like stucco. Illinois. This is Tremont, Illinois. So,
Or it
yeah.
got sent to Tremont. Well,
Oh, got sent to Tremont, Illinois. Yeah, let's see here. Doesn't
sometimes
say.
it says where they're from. Sometimes
Yeah,
it's
I
a
can't
little
read
tiny.
this because it's textured and it didn't
Mm-hmm.
stamp very well. But yeah, sometimes they write the state that it's from. Sometimes they don't. Calva, Illinois. Sent to Victoria, Illinois. That one is South something. Oh, I don't know. It's just kind of fun to see. 1908, 1911. This one was not written on. Oh, the pansy one. Wow. 1911. Dear May, I received your card and was glad to hear from you that you are you're all well. I can't say much. I wrote in a little note in the envelope. Oh, here. Ha! Cute.
Yeah, there was writing on it.
Ellen White. Yeah, there was writing on it. That is really, really cute. Gives us some great ideas.
So
too.
you see how at the bottom it says where it is? That you
Here,
should look at
yeah.
the line. The newer cards have a line that says where they're taken and usually who the photographer is.
So
that's a
this one
newer
was
one.
Dansville, New York.
Mhm.
Newer. The postmark is 1912.
Mhm.
That's funny. And that is in Winifred, Ohio, and it was sent to Raveneth or something. Ravenna, Ohio. Yeah, 1912. Turn that the right way. They're just, yeah, all of these are antique. Everybody's are antique. They are definitely, they're definitely over 100 years old. And that is just really cool. And they're just fun. Let's see. Need to make a postcard journal. Yeah. Very first junk journal item I had was a small envelope on the front like that. Oh, that's cool, Jen. We can auction bid on Marianne's box. Yeah, really, to get the one with the envelope on it. That's cute. I have an antique store, two of them actually, and they boxes and boxes of old postcards, anywhere from 25 cents a piece up to $2. Wow.
$2 is even good because
$2 is a good price. I won't buy them unless I can get them enough that I can sell them to you for $1 a piece.
Mm-hmm.
And that's typically what I have done is do like $1 a piece, or if they're really exquisite, 7 or 8 for $10, usually in bundles like that. So I will say that I do have more. I do have more antique postcards. If you are interested in just acquiring more antique postcards on their own, let me know. Because box subscribers would have first option at that. Let's see. I assume this is next. Dark distress envelope with antique cabinet card photos. Oh,
one of mine is very scary.
Really?
Yeah, he's scary. He's not as scary as my great uncle Ebenezer or great grandfather, great grandfather Ebenezer.
Oh, I had no idea who was going to be in my. Yeah, so this little lady, most everybody got a small card, a small cabinet card, and these are antique as well. We ran just a few short on the small ones, so there are a few boxes that got 3 large ones instead of a small one, but most of us got a small one. Look at these two, probably sisters. Oh, sweet. Yeah, and most of them will say either on the front or on the back the photographer and where they're taken. I've noticed that for Ohio, they always just put, Zanesville, Ohio. Oh, and look at this little guy. Well, he's just a handsome
He's cute.
chap. Fine work, low prices. Bundy, Hartford, Connecticut. He is. He's
yeah,
really
I have
cute.
one from Hartford. I don't know where my scary guy is from, but then I also have one from Milford, New Hampshire.
Ooh, very cool. I should leave these out so that we can get a picture of all of this stuff. Anyway, we're not done yet. Oh, but we love these old cabinet cards. So right before we went live, Dawn Marie hadn't opened hers, and she said this box is full. And I told her if these were things that I was selling at a sale of antique things, the value of this box would be a little over $75.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it is a really cool box. Selection of antique ledger pages, tied up in a piece of sari silk that is usable. Wanted to kind of sort of keep them together. These are antique receipts here, and then there's ledger pages out of different sizes, different colors, different writing, different ledgers. So I will handle those very carefully because we don't want parts and pieces to break off. However, the thing that is the most brittle, as you may have noticed if you've opened your box, is this complete 1926 New York Times magazine section. I got Abraham Lincoln, wow, painted 2 weeks before his death. Was ordered for Joshua F. Speed of Louisville, Kentucky. Perhaps Lincoln's most intimate friend. Wow.
I got something about Hollywood on the front of mine.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they're all 1926.
Mine's 31.
Yours is 31?
Mm-hmm.
Did you get a 31? I swear
I
I
don't know.
Then they pulled all 26s. Wow. Oh, we must
I
have
got
just
a
run one
31.
short then. I'll trade you for a 1926. I wanted you to guys.
No, I like the Hollywood one. The pictures on the inside are amazing.
Yeah, that is cool. I didn't know that you were going to, I didn't know who was going to get which one, but when you said that, I thought, good, because that's perfect for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so 1926, and we're in 2023. So in we're almost in 2024, and this is mine's February 7. So literally 2 years and a month, and this is 100 years old. Now, that is cool. However, I'm not going to encourage you to keep it for 2 years because they are already so brittle. This paper is so brittle. It is the absolute coolest for collaging. And I may do a little bit of collaging with it. I love on the back, there's always an amazing ad, big ad that takes up the whole page. These are those great big magazines. I wasn't about to fold this up to put it in a box because what you would have gotten is little tiny, bits of this paper. It would not have folded. When I fold it, it would absolutely just break in half. So yeah, I wanted that to be whole. So this is so cool. I will probably collage with a little bit of this tonight, even so that you can see what it does when it's collaged. This is my absolute favorite stuff to collage with until I run out of it. Oh, the Hope Fiend. It's so fun to look at some of these things from 100 years ago and just see how they were writing articles and looking at the ads. And if you want, tear out the ads. All you have to do is bend the paper, it'll break. Take the ad and keep the ads very, very carefully if you wanted to use those to collage. Be very careful as you turn it that you don't bend it. Don't grab the edge like we normally do on a page because it will just break off. And watch out for the page catching on the edge on the page before it, or it'll just rip. What do you have in yours? Some cool stuff, I can tell. Ooh.
Oh yeah, there's this one little ad, and it's a cat. He's laughing, and it goes, "Ha ha ha! It must be so."
Oh.
An unusual Christmas gift. The genuine photograph of the laughing cat.
Oh, wow. Oh, look at that. New and old portraiture is compared.
That's cool.
Wow. Some of those are really cool. Look, there's a beaver. I really love these ads, though. When you look at the ads.
Oh, yeah. I've got something about Audubon in mind, so I've got some good birds and something
neat.
about
Oh.
some Indian art comes into its own.
Oh, neat.
So
Two
I've got
women
some
contend
Native
for a
American
new
art.
Eden in the East. Wow. Gertrude Bell is the feminine power in Iraq, while Halida Hanum Edeb's ideas hold sway in Turkey. Wow. That is kind of cool.
Must have been when we occupied them or something.
I don't know. I have to read the article.
Mm-hmm.
Where Canal Street becomes a skyline. Canal Street's in New York, right? That is just a really cool scene, though. That is actually this. Oh, wow. This is actually an illustration because there's a signature of Tony Sarge who drew it. You can tell that it's an illustration. Oh, that's cool. I haven't seen. I didn't open up any of these. Partly because I didn't want to disturb them, and partly because I didn't want to see all the cool things in them and want to keep them. So, oh my goodness, look. How cool would these be on an Alice album? Faces on a battle shaft rises on a lonely island. There's another illustration. Wow, I hope that everybody gets a paper that they love. Just how old it is. Ooh, Cologne Cathedral. The Lincoln Monument. Just the age of this paper alone is just so yummy to collage with that I hope you're all absolutely thrilled with what you got, your particular newspaper. Let's get these things back in here. And oh, you know what? And then I'll pull the tissue paper out. I saw Jen make a comment earlier on the tissue paper, and she is right. This tissue paper is yummy. I love this tissue paper, and 2 pieces of it, so you have plenty to do some stuff with. So let's see. I'm going to stick that right in there, and can't really see the tissue paper, but that's okay. I'm going to try to get pictures of these. It's hard to do it before they're sent out, but if I can do this and then replace the image that is on the video on YouTube, they'll be a whole lot easier to see and identify for people who want to go look at them. So, all right, so let's look at this tissue paper. Just always so careful when everything is vintage or antique. Love this tissue paper. It is, this is kind of what I call vintage pink. You know, it's pink, but it's not a bright pink. It's not a baby pink. It's kind of it looks like an aged pink. It looks like a vintage pink. And this stuff just looks like sepia that's had vintage photo rubbed on it. It's just really, really cool. Very, very pretty. And let's see. Now I got to figure out where to put and how to move this without destroying the paper. So I think I'm going to use those a bit. I'll put the cabinet cards in here to protect them. I think I might make a little envelope journal, not tonight, but out of these, and let those parts of the envelope show. I love the vintage postcards, not antique postcards. Sometimes I forget they are antique, not just vintage. Okay, put those there in case I don't use them. Those.
So for Christmas, I did ask for one of those scanners, the flat ones that flatten out.
Cool.
I went and picked up one that a guy had gotten to do a he had gotten one for free from the company to do a thing on his webcast.
To test it and do a review.
Test it. So all he's done is he's opened it and plugged it in once to do the review.
Wow.
And I got like a huge discount on it because it was given to him.
Sweet. Is that local? Or is he shipping it?
No, it was local.
Wow, that is so cool.
So instead of Mark buying me the one I wanted for 500 and something, I got one model lower than what I wanted,
Yay, I would take that.
and only 100. So
wow, how do you find? Did you just keep watch and it?
Yeah, I put a notice on my
that for scanners to
Facebook
notify you
if a scanner came up. Yep.
Wow. Let's see here. Yeah, if things are over 100 years old, you can scan them in and use them. Sorry, trying to adjust my camera there a bit. Let me bring DM up on the screen as well. You'll be able to see what we're both doing. I'm going to go back here and catch.
I do want to show you guys some of the pictures in this magazine.
Gimbals.
Yes.
How cool is that?
But
the Great Empire of Celluloid.
Yeah, so it's really old, but
that is cool.
Hollywood stuff. But wait, I have to get to a certain point. Yeah, there's
take your time. Don't hurt those pages.
Look at this. It was some of the first pictures taken out of an airplane.
Oh my gosh.
Look at this one.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Wow. What does the caption say?
It says, the very earth is robbed of its solidity and set to whirling a terrifying vortex.
Wow.
Somebody, a famous German parachutist, took the picture as he was going down.
Wow. That is cool.
Isn't that cool?
You guys are all really close out there back east. Oh my gosh, we definitely need to auction that box. What part of my box do y'all like? Is it the Lincoln paper? Oh, and her daughter's in South Philly. Wow. No way I'm collaging or doing anything to that. Oh, okay. Can you take some of it apart to use for collage and keep some of it? I know it's of more value keeping it all together like that, but let's see. Yes, you can scan the papers. You can scan these and use them.
You can scan these and use them.
This
yeah, you can probably scan almost everything in here unless it
awesome. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, you can. The individual pages of the ledger. Lincoln looks so young in that picture. I agree. He does.
I mean, 1889.
1889. Yeah.
So that's definitely.
Let's see. Okay. So, I
am nowhere near my vintage paper shelf to put this away properly.
Well, just set it somewhere where somebody isn't going to jump up on it and stand on it.
Yep, that's
the challenge.
That's what the challenge is.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it back in the envelope.
All right. I am going to. All right, if you've got your box and want to play along with us, let's just have a laugh and craft and play with some of the stuff and see what we can make. I think I'm going to collage some of this tissue paper, and then it can sit and dry while I make something else. Well, I don't know if I want to collage or just decoupage the whole thing on. I might just cover, like this is just an offcut of craft paper, but I could get 2 really nice tickets out of that if I do that. And I don't want the whole thing covered with flour, but maybe some of this light here and there. And so I want to do maybe do some on this craft and then some on 2 white postcards so that we can see our postcards tags so that we can see when they're dry what the difference is between the craft and the white. So let's see, this one is about 8, 9, 10, 11. So this would be 11. This was an 8.5 by 11 sheet then. Okay. So 11, half of that would be 550. I'm just going to cut this right in half. That'd be easier to position it. Okay. So as I said, there are 4 boxes available. And if you are interested in one of the remaining boxes, there are not always boxes available after the fact. Sometimes there are a couple, sometimes there are a bunch, sometimes there are none at all. So, and if you have been thinking about subscribing and you want to jump in starting with January, you will need to make sure that you go to the website and do that before the end of December. Because if you subscribe in December, and it'll have you pay when you subscribe, that starts your subscription in January, and you will not be charged again on January 1st when everybody's payment processes. If you wait until January, then it's going to start you on February 1st. So if you wait till January 1st to subscribe, you will in fact miss January's box and start with February. I can tell you right now, there will be no extra January boxes. I already know that. There will be no extra January boxes. So if you want to subscribe, do it now. And I think maybe that's all the flowers on the top coming down to, or on the side. I want them to be somewhat different to see what I like when they are done, when they dry. They're going to look different when they dry. So I'm going to just use some Distress Collage Medium here because I need to get a new Stamperia Collage Gel. I used that all up. And let's see right where I want to put this one. Now I could do this, and if it's too white up there, then I could tear off a little, leaf, the leaves right here, and I could bring the leaves in on the side over the top of it. Collaging 2 layers is not a big deal. I just noticed how perfectly like straight across that is. That's kind of weird, and don't want that exactly straight across. So I think I'll put it maybe right there.
Everybody's saying they're not getting sound. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
They're saying they can't hear us.
That you lost sound completely?
Yeah.
Oh, that is weird.
Oh, now it says they're back now.
Okay. I wonder if it was a YouTube thing.
It might have been. Because I didn't lose you and you talking, so.
I didn't lose you at all either, so it wasn't StreamYard.
Okay.
All right. Well, that was weird. And I'm looking at all my connections. All my connections are here. Margie has sound. Okay. All right. Well, that's weird. Maybe that was a momentary YouTube thing. Okay. So I'm gonna put some of this on 2 white tags, and I'm going to decoupage some onto 2 craft. I'll cut these into tag shapes afterwards. And I'm going to do them just a little bit different from each other so that I can see which way I like best. So this one, I think I'm going to put it right there. So I get flowers on the bottom, a little bit of flower on the top, and then this clear here. Hold the edge of the tag.
Yeah, I was thinking of putting the crackle over the top of mine.
I have never tried this with crazing or crackle. So what the heck? Why not? Let's do it. I should have taken this off and just had my glass. It would clean easier. All this. I do have baby wipes nearby though. So if I do this and I can get some medium down on most of the tag, I can lay the tissue paper down and lift up the other side.
Yeah, it must be YouTube. They say we're cutting out. My YouTube is fine though. I'm not.
Mine is fine as well. And I am having no problems hearing you. It's not cutting out at all.
Yeah.
So it has to be YouTube. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to do that. Well, okay. Would be a good time for them to read chat. We are reading chat. Okay. Cutting out on YouTube. So if they can't hear us, then I'm going to suggest
going out and coming back in.
Yep. Suggest to everyone who is cutting out to go out of YouTube and come back in for a new connection. Okay. Hopefully that will help because you have not cut out at all.
Nope.
Not even a half a word.
Nope.
Good. And me either. So at least we know it's not StreamYard this time. It's usually StreamYard. Okay. Then I'm going to pick this up and come to the other side. And my YouTube, now I don't have the sound on it, so I don't know about the sound.
But that's true. That's true. I don't have the sound on, so I can't tell.
But when they say it's cutting out, is it just the audio cutting out or is the picture cutting out too? Because my picture isn't cutting out, but I don't have sound on my YouTube to know if the sound is cutting out. But I could actually put it on my phone because I have my earpiece in and it would go into my ear. That's kind of weird to talk and then hear it a second later in my ear. That's even worse than hearing it out loud.
Yep. Yeah, it's got to be YouTube.
It buffers and sound stops as well. Visual was cutting out. Then when it refreshed, audio was gone. Okay. So
that's
my video has not cut out.
Nope.
At all. And audio has not cut out for us, which means it's not StreamYard. If it was, I would just refresh and get a new connection on StreamYard. Let's see if I can TV wipe.
Where did the clump go? I swear it was on the end of my brush.
Oh, and then all of a sudden it's gone?
Yeah. Must have dropped back in by the time I...
So it'll pop up again, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I got that one on the bottom, a little bit on top. Let's get this one maybe down.
Okay, I will set that apart and let it dry.
Okay. So far, so good. Again, Jen says, meaning it's a YouTube problem. Yes. Let's see. StreamYard has not cut out on us at all. Has not cut out. There we go. On us at all. Okay. Yes. Okay. So if you can hear us, will you say something in chat just so that we know that some of you, if you went out and came back in with a new connection, that you are able to hear? If you can see us and not hear us, then you won't be able to hear me say that anyway, right?
Exactly.
If you can hear us but not see us, let us know that too. But yeah, that means it's a YouTube issue. So, I mean, the only thing you can do is try to get a better connection. If YouTube goes down completely, which it has before, but not often. All right, I am going to raise up this whole tag. And I want to just hurry and get these on, do the top of it, and then go on to make something else. Well, let these dry.
That's what I'm doing.
Cool. Right.
Here, says Jen.
Here. She can hear.
Yeah.
She can hear. Susan can hear. Margie can hear. Glennis went out 3 times. Now she can hear. Joanne can hear. Julie can hear. Okay. Yay. Yeah. It's a YouTube issue. StreamYard has not cut out on us at all, or it'd be easy for me to grab a new connection to StreamYard for all of us at once, but it hasn't cut out. So it's YouTube. Oh, let's not get that on everything there. Okay, and now I want to try it on some craft. Let's see here. I want this on. I should have cut this. It's awfully big to. Well, wait a minute. I didn't want to tear it up until I knew where I wanted to put these things.
Yeah.
You know, something right where I want it to be. No, I want some of the pink flower. All right, I got to turn it over. Hear the bells on Christmas Day. I'm holding my long brush in my teeth.
Ah.
If I set it down, it's going to get on everything.
Yep.
I should have grabbed a shorter one, but you know.
Let's see what happens with this. I used crackle medium.
Cool. All right, so I am going to put it right there. I'm just going to do this whole rectangle, and then I can cut whatever tag shape later. So don't know if you guys heard earlier. Well, you know, it was cutting in and out, but DM's using crackle medium, and I'm using a crazy medium. And I haven't, well, I have done a crackle over the top of napkin on something, but I haven't like decoupaged it straight on with a crackle or a crazing and then gone over the top at the same time and let it dry like that, you know, to get that from the beginning. I haven't done that. So
I did it a lot when I was doing decorative painting. I'd do it as the background.
Yeah.
Do a really dark background and then usually put a white or a cream paint over it and then do my design on it because I love crackle medium. So, but that's a little bit different than this crackle medium. This is a lot thicker than the stuff I used to use.
Yeah, this is really thick. I've got crackle, Damperia crackle.
I think that's what I used.
And even some tonic Nubo crackle.
Yeah.
This is Tim Holtz, and this is super thick. This crazing. Crazing is super thick. Crazy thick.
Okay. Now let's see.
All right. So now I want to place the fourth one. And then I will tear out around them. Yep. Yeah, maybe some of that would look cool. Yep. Now I heard the bells on Christmas Day, Margie. Thanks a lot. Okay, I'll do it right there. Oop. Okay. So, who opened their box and is crafting along with us, going to try to use something in the box to make something tonight? Anybody?
I am.
Yay, DM. Bye, Julie. The 3 ships that we're sailing. Another Christmas one.
Well,
morning.
I have not been listening to Christmas music when I go into stores because I stick my earphones in and listen to my book.
That's it. Oh, is it purposefully to not hear the Christmas music, or is it because you just want to get through your book?
Purposefully, so I don't have to hear it.
That's funny. I don't want spending much time in stores.
It doesn't matter what kind of store you go into; it's still playing Christmas music. Yeah. So, you know, you're still getting it whether you like it or not.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. So now I'm going to mentally planning because Jen doesn't have her box yet, so she is, or her golden ticket. She's mentally planning.
I got a golden ticket.
Yes. Oh, Wonka was so good. You're gonna like it a lot.
Oh, I'm sure I am. I mean, the very first one, first
Yeah.
movie is one of my favorites, and a lot of people didn't like the one with Johnny Depp, but I even liked
Really?
that one
Oh, I
because
like all of them. I loved all of them. I loved Willy Wonka the book when I was
Yes.
a child. I read that
Yes.
so many times. I loved Willy Wonka, so I was excited to see the movie. And yeah,
I would rather listen to pumpkin carols too, but there aren't too many of those.
the Pumpkin Carol. I don't know what's that.
It would be a
Halloween
Halloween
Oh.
or
Okay. Yeah, Halloween
know.
type song, a
Yeah.
creepy song. I honestly didn't know what the movie was going to be. I mean, Wonka. I thought it was going to be a third variation.
Oh.
I didn't know that it was going to be a prequel.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be the prequel. I just
hadn't paid any attention at all to it. So, okay, so now I need to get some more medium on here, and then get these. Let's get some over the top. I hope I don't just glue it right to my mat. Yeah, I didn't. I don't know why I didn't. I'd only seen the trailer a time or two, so I knew it was out. But I've just been so busy recently. I hadn't paid much attention, and thought, well, maybe during the holidays we'll be able to slow down and see. But I just assumed it was going to be another version. So I was excited that it was the prequel, to see where he came from. And and the young man that played the part, he was very good. And he even looks like a young Willy Wonka original, like Gene Wilder.
That's what I heard.
Not that he looks like him, but he has the curly hair, and all the things, so that you could totally picture him growing as an adult into Gene Wilder Willy Wonka. The fun, playful attitude, and
it would be a cute movie to do whatever happened to, like, what happened when the kids went home.
Yeah.
How Veruca Salt.
Yeah. So that's another thing, is I just totally expected it to be a third version, and see some of those characters and and so I'm always curious, how are they going to handle the characters in this one? None of those characters were in it, because it was, prior to, it ended with his dream to create the factory.
Right.
Which is where, they all were when they went to the factory. So, So, yeah, so we didn't see any of those. There was only one Oompa Loompa.
Oh. Did it show where he got the Oompa Loompas from? Is that what it was? Or
no, the Oompa Loompa was throughout, and why I can't remember if it told where he got him from. I'm having a brain damage there for a moment. But do you know who plays the Oompa Loompa?
I can't remember. I know I've seen. Yeah.
I would totally not have expected it.
Who is it?
But he was so good. It was good.
Who is it?
Hugh Grant.
Oh. Oh my goodness.
I would not have expected that at all. So it's Hugh Grant.
He's such a tall man anyway.
Yeah. And this Oompa Loompa is even smaller than the ones in the other movies.
Oh, okay.
It's like very, very small. So everything had to be filmed apart. Him, and really, even the scenes together. Even their scenes together were filmed apart because of the difference in size. Yep. So that was more difficult for Hugh than for Willy. Willy Wonka. Very cute. What was really cute was after the movie, my mom and I went into the restroom before we left, and we're in there, and a lady comes in with her little tiny son, young enough that you wouldn't let him go in the men's alone, and I don't know how old he was, but I'm guessing like 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
And he walks in with her, goes into a stall, and he's singing Oompa Loompa Doompa Dee Doo. Ba ba da ba 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 da for you. He wasn't going Oompa Loompa, he was going Loompa Loompa Doompa Dee Doo. But he was on pitch. He was singing it out. Yeah, he was like Loompa Loompa Doompa Dee Doo. Ba ba da ba ba da for you.
They made those songs so that it would make your
catchy.
Yeah.
Earworms. Oh yeah, and that Oompa Loompa can get into my head for months.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yep.
All right. Did I do that one on top? Can't remember. I think I did. Oh, on the bottom. Now I can't remember if I've done them all on the top and or bottom. I may find out that this stuff is not so good for decoupaging on, that I need to really use a different medium and then put the crazing over the top of it.
Yeah, I know. I see mine. There's a little edge that's coming up, but
yeah, I'm gonna give it a chance to dry. But I'm almost. I might have to put some more glue on it underneath it as it comes up. But I'm almost feeling like I should have put it down with just a regular collage medium or collage gel, and then put the crazing over the top of it.
Yep.
But that's why we experiment, right?
Exactly.
And I forgot to bring water in with me. So I'll just wrap that, and that'll be just fine.
Yeah. Okay. If you wrap up your brush,
baby wipe.
Yep, in a baby wipe, or even if you have a small plastic bag. I always leave a small plastic baggie handy that I can just throw them in, and then I carry them downstairs in them, because it will still keep them wet, where the baby wipe will eventually dry out.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It's funny. Some of them are coming up, but some of them are doing pretty good.
Yeah. I'll have to wait till they dry. Margie, after I read the book, the 7th book, I threw all the books away. I was so disappointed. Never liked Harry Potter since. Oh, you liked it until the 7th, and the 7th was the one that disappointed you? And I think the last one is always tough, because are they going to leave it in a place that makes sense to me and that I like, or not? And then like that, you end up not liking it because they messed it up.
Oh, I agree with you with Outlander. I haven't read the books, and I've only up to, I think, season 3. Because I have to wait for it to come on one of the ones I don't have to pay for.
Jen, why did you have to say chicken dance? Because now that will get in my head and be stuck for a while. This crazing stuff, I feel, is like it's sticking to it's not coming up right away with baby wipe.
Oh, maybe it's not meant to.
Yeah. I should have just taken this off and put my glass mat when I was going to use a medium. It's much easier to clean.
Jen, I will listen to the books. I will not read them. They are on my listening list, but they're not for free yet. I have to get them from the library, so I have to wait for. And they're such a backup. The last time I checked, I was still 6 months out on my library one. So yeah, it'll end up being library eventually, unless all of a sudden they go for free or there's a huge sale on audiobooks on. Yeah.
Audible.
Yep.
Yeah, I love to read, but time, at this point in life, it's a matter of time.
Oh, she has digital copies.
So, I really love to be able to listen to a book, so I can get through lots of things that I'm interested in.
Yep.
All right.
Me too. I am a listening to the book kind of person. And I wish they had the option of listening to books when I was going through school, because I think I would have done a heck of a lot better if I could have listened to them.
Yeah.
Than having to read them. So I just, if I could go back, that would be what I would make sure that was happening beforehand as I tried to
Okay,
try
let's
to get
see.
that.
I think, do I have a vintage photo in here, or did I take, yeah, there's some. Did I take them all out to organize them? I do have some. And how about a blending brush? So I'm going to, let me grab this one to show you a sample of a different, I use something different for this one, but this is the idea that is in my head to use for these slides. I want to make a couple that will be dangles on books. And this was an old vintage ticket. And then just little eyelets to hang some cool little dangles from, or little charms from. So that's kind of what I want to do with these. So then I'm thinking I could do them straight like that and hang the 3. I do like that, which is very similar. I could do it from a corner, and I could hang one from here and then the other 2 halfway up or 3/4 of the way up. Maybe I'll do some of each. First thing is, though, they're vintage, but this guy, oh my goodness, this guy had all his, I should tell you a history on some of these things, where they came from. The guy that I got these from had, in his garage, he had all his vintage and antique stuff organized on shelves, in boxes, labeled. Oh my goodness. He made our organized craft stuff look a mess. It was totally amazing. So these could come from 1970 and look like they're brand new out of the box.
Mm-hmm.
This man was, very organized. I was going to tell you about that antique newspaper that everybody received one of. That came from a plantation in South Carolina. Cool. And so, the plantation owner had kept all this stuff up in the attic. He just stored all this stuff, all his ledgers. He had, the little day ledger book that he would put in his shirt pocket and walk around the plantation, where he would note, each person, their name, and how much they produced that day. They kept some crazy records. All of those, all the big ledgers. If I can make this just a little bit dirty without completely darkening up the whole thing. And anyway, that plantation was in the family for like 5 generations. And when he died, and it went to someone else in the family, and to someone else in the family, and someone else in the family. And it had just been sold outside of the family. And a couple bought it, and I thought, how darn cool would that be to buy a plantation with hundreds of acres and the home. I was on video with her, because I didn't go to South Carolina, but I was on video with her looking at things, and she was walking me through the house. Oh, I love those.
He bought everything in it. Like when they bought it, they bought
the house as is. Yeah. And there was some of the coolest books in the bookshelf, and some of them she let me buy, some of them no. And she went up in the attic, and she found this huge box of these newspapers, and a bunch of other stuff. I bought a box of I still have not brought that box out to a sale yet. I spent a lot of money at that plantation, but it's just such cool stuff that I just needed to keep it for a while, But I have this box of keys, literal iron keys from the plantation that were the original keys from over 100 years ago. And on the plantation, they have different houses. So, the keys would have a tag and a wire holding the tag on. And these are the original tags. And it would say whatever they called it, the barn house, the this house, the that house, And so like his animal guy would live in one of these, and he took care of all the animals. And, somebody that was in charge of all the people and the workers and all of that would live in this house, and they took care of all of that. And it's amazing. And I have a whole box full of keys that are over 100 years old from that plantation. I really need to bring those out.
That's cool.
It's time. But they are really cool looking. And I love that they had the original tags on them. But I just love the design of those old homes, how they have the parlor and the sitting room and the staircases. And so she went up into and the place was impeccable. It was in immaculate shape. And, the woodwork is just something else.
Right, I'm sure.
And so she went up to the attic and found all this cool stuff. And, well, cool to us, but she's like,
she's thinking, what am I going to do with all this paper crap?
Yeah. Then when she realized people want it, all of a sudden, like pricing, there were things that I wanted to buy that she said, no, I'm going to take this to the Historical Society and see if they want it first.
Yep.
Which I understand and I appreciate. But at the same time, I was like, no, let me buy it.
Yep.
Because, so cool. So there were things that I couldn't get that are at the Historical Society in that town. I can't remember the name of the town right now. But yeah, all this stuff, old paper and old ledgers and old books and all these things. And she was in the parlor and panning around and showing me bookshelves and the cool woodwork. And I said, stop. In the bookcase right there, third shelf down. What here's
what's that?
Like a set of books. You could see there's 5 or 6 kind of thing. And I could tell by the covers that they're just, old and ones that we love. And so I did get her to sell me a few book sets.
Right.
But she was also checking things online to see a value and all of that. And
she was smart.
Yes, she was. So that's where the newspapers came from. This plantation owner in South Carolina was the original owner, and they have been in his attic ever since 1926. Whatever date is on your paper, they've been in his attic since then, and only came out of his attic. I will say I've had him for about 2 years. Time to share. Came out of his attic to be sold to me and straight to you. So you are literally only the third owner of that newspaper, from the original owner 100 years ago to me to you.
That's awesome.
I know. Jen doesn't really like listening to audiobooks. They don't have the movie in my head and the voices are all wrong. I agree with that, Jen. The voices are all wrong. And I've had to train my brain to look past that. Otherwise, I would never get through books because I just don't have time to sit down. Remember you telling me about the plantation? Yes. So cool. And yes, in a sad way. The cat house. I don't know that there was a cat house on the plantation.
There was probably one downtown that he visited, though.
Hey. That's funny. Okay, so these out of the way. Now I've got 4 of these, and I'm thinking that one that's Capitol Reef. Okay, so toward Alcatraz, San Francisco. I should probably get them right side up. So they may be in upside down. Like his writing is correct on the orientation.
Yeah, they are not all. The writing is not all.
The writing's correct, but the Kodak printed thing is
Yep.
upside down. So if I do
Yep.
it with this side,
yeah, because I figured that out when I was looking at them. I was trying to get them all set up the same side, and you can't. So
yeah, is there? Yeah, the bushes do not grow from the sky down, so that one's upside down as well. So I'll probably use this side. I like having his writing out here on the side that I'm going to use. Did I forget to do the back of that one? Yeah, I do like having his writing on the outside, the part that's going to show the most. Again, there's a tree. So that's all upside. I wonder if they're all upside down from Kodak. So that might be a good one to do on a corner. That.
I know what I'm looking for. Oh, here it is.
Old USBM from Union Building, Salt Lake City. Huh. Okay, there's the mountains, so they go that way. That's upside down too. All of mine are upside down. Kodak put their when they
yeah, Kodak doesn't pay attention to those things.
Yeah, when they
it depends on where they
don't care what direction it is.
Yeah.
Well, they should. So that their name is front and center upright. But okay, so I'm going to do these two straight, and I'm going to do these two from a corner. Kodachrome. That puts another song in my head. All right, so I'm going to need some eyelets. Let's see. Have my little crocodile. Oh, they need cats to get rid of the mice. Just saying.
Get yeah, of course. Better
DM. Where'd everybody go? All I see in chat is just us admins. We miss your wonderful comments. Yeah, they might be crafting and not wanting to, or maybe they're getting the fingers gooey. No. It is nice when you have comments from lots of different people, lots of different perspectives. It's more fun for the people in chat, isn't it? When you have people, lots of people to chat with.
It is more fun.
So, Jen, I know your brain has been going since you've started seeing the things in this box. So, tell me what your brain is thinking about making. Let's see. I want to leave the date where I can see it. So I'm going to have to go in a little farther. Okay. And find it. Yeah. No idea what you mean. No, I know your brain's going with ideas.
Well, I like this pack so much. What I'm doing is I'm making something to put all of the envelopes in so I can keep it together.
Oh, cool.
Using the page that you
the insert there.
The insert and some other things.
What a good idea. Let's see if that is 2 inches. One right there. Okay. So now let's see. I've got my top hole.
No, don't stick.
Yeah. And I'm going to do, I think I'll do 3 on each. 1.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of doing, Jen, is using an envelope with the
envelope flips where you put the slides in a pocket, the front window where you can hold up to the light and see through. Oh, cool. That's a good idea. Your brain was going in the same direction. Okay. And halfway here. Same. That'll work. Okay. Yeah, I love when people give ideas of things that they would love to see in subscription boxes. You know, themes or
Yep.
so January's theme is already set. February's theme is set, but not everything for the box is set in stone. So
okay.
I love when I get ideas and oh, that would fit in with this.
Mm-hmm.
No, let's add it to that, and or it puts me on the hunt for stuff.
My my Mimi and Papa's neighbor behind them was named Pansy.
Aunt Pansy. Wow. And another aunt whose middle name was Pansy. Oh, and you knew a Pansy too. That's interesting. I've never known a pansy.
Pansies were popular flowers back in the Victorian era.
They're so pretty. They really are so pretty. And I've got the prettiest pansy fabric for book covers. And I've got a lot of pansy type of stuff. So I thought I need to put together some. I mean, how many pansy journals can I make? So I need to put together some kits. Okay, let me grab a drink here. All of the goodies in the box bring so many sweet memories, Margie says.
Oh,
I love that. Susan, are you crafting with any of the stuff? Okay, so now I need to decide what charms, and then I'll decide what color eyelet to put on. I love to take old earrings that I get from Goodwill or something and take them apart, and they've already done the beading or the hanging of two or three different things, and it's those make great. Those make great charms. Take those apart for several. All right, so let me get that one. Let's see what else might. Not knowing what they're going to be used for. Don't know if I need a specific theme or want a specific theme. Do. Good. Let's see. This coin might be really cool on one. And that needs something longer. I just gathered up all the charms that have been sitting around my desk. Now I need something long. I don't know what. I don't like to mix metals when I'm putting charms on. That just me. Sometimes I like silver and gold.
Oh, I was just going to say, I don't mind mixing mine at all. I would.
Sometimes I look at them, I'm like, oh, I want all bronze or all silver. All gold.
Yeah, I mix my own jewelry.
Yeah.
multi things anyway, so.
Well, let's see. Maybe I will. Maybe I will do that. And Sometimes the gold just seems so bright, you know, and the silver so bright against the
Well, then put some
vintage colors.
black or some ink on it, and then it will make both of them look good together because you have ink on.
Age it a bit.
Ink on both.
Let's see. That would be cool up there. Something tiny on that one. Other. Do I have a gold owl? I think I might only have bronze owl. Talking about making envelope flips. Yeah.
I saw that.
Envelope flips are awesome. We have a lot of new people recently that haven't done a lot of the things that we did 2 or 3 years ago. So maybe it's time for us to revisit some of those things again. We love doing. Always trying to do something that we haven't done before. And I'm like, but I love doing some of those things. I want to do them again.
Yeah.
You know? Do we have to only do them once?
No, well,
because every time we do them, we could do, you know, a different
something different.
Yeah. On it. Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see here. Looking for that with a tiny.
No, good.
Oh, no,
No,
oh, good. What was the
I had pre-folded something and put something in it. I thought I might have put it too close to the edge so that it wasn't going to fold properly.
Okay.
So.
Let's see. How about?
I didn't look at my gold bag yet. That was supposed to be from last time. Aww.
Oh, for your
yeah.
Tree of Life charm?
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's pretty. Mine is all clear.
Ooh, some of them were multicolored and some of them were a solid color.
Mine is solid clear.
Clear. I thought the clear was kind of cool. Okay, so let's see. Look at these tiny little acorns on a charm.
Oh, that's so cute. Make sure I can stick this in here.
Not a chipmunk. We have a gigantic squirrel. We just call him Squirrel. That's his name, Squirrel. He lives outside in the trees, and we always see him in the maple tree in the back because we can see right out the back from the family room if we're in there, you know, watching TV or something. Oh, and here's a pine cone. Anyway,
and he annoys the crap out of.
Well, she loves him, but she always wants to play with him, and he won't come down. So she's at the door, and so she runs outside, and she jumps up and down, you know, barking and barking. You know, either come down and play or get out of here because you're in my territory. You know?
Right.
It's really, it's quite funny to watch. But so I don't know if I told you, last week we were sitting there, Lucy and I were sitting there early in the morning. I was actually working on something for the boxes and sorting and adding and, you know, figuring out this, you know, something where I was doing math in my head. So I was very quiet, and she's sitting on the couch next to me, and we're just sitting there quietly. And all of a sudden we hear this like thundering, this small thundering across the roof. It was amazing how loud it was, you know, and like somebody was running across the roof. And I turned and looked out the back, and Squirrel jumped off the roof and into the tree. Had come running across the roof and into the tree. And so Lucy jumped up and ran outside and told Squirrel.
I was just gonna ask, did Lucy go out and see her friend?
Absolutely.
Maybe
So,
she was maybe Squirrel was warning her that it was time to play, and so
oh, maybe a good way to wake her up.
Mhm.
So yesterday, Doug and I were out, and we came home and parked the car, got out of the car, and there was Squirrel. And we have these pine trees in the front yard that are like 50 feet tall. They're,
Right.
150 years old. We've had to take 3 or 4 of them out because they're so tall and they become dangerous to the house. But we still have 3 or 4, and
Right.
the branches go right up to the roof of the house. And so Squirrel was up in one of those, and he was talking, and he was
Really?
talking to us. And Doug looks up and goes, "Oh, look, there's Squirrel." Yeah, and he just sat there talking at us. Didn't run away. And I thought, okay, now it makes sense, because if he comes into the pine tree here and then he runs across the roof and jumps into the maple tree, and
Right,
then
he can see
back
you
and
when you go
forth.
inside,
Yeah,
yeah.
he can go back and forth. It was kind of cute. Well, don't tell Lucy Squirrel's out here. She'll want to come out. It's funny. He's huge. The only time I see him really is when the leaves.
Oh, you just cut out.
But he's
Oh, there you go.
like an 8-inch squirrel with a great big bushy tail. I mean, he's a
Yeah.
huge thing, not like a little chipmunk. But Lucy knows he's there, all year round. I
Right.
can only see him when there's no, when everything's fallen, all the leaves have fallen off the branches.
Well, I think he runs on the ground too, because I know when I was out picking tomatoes that she would
Uh-huh.
all of a sudden run off, and I think it was because
That's
Squirrel had come down from the
interesting.
tree.
Okay. I would be surprised if Squirrel comes down when she's there. He comes over to the branches and talks
That's
to
what
her.
I think
Yeah.
he had done, and was hopping from branch to branch, or
Yeah.
I know he ended up over in the
He'll,
pear tree at
oh
one
yeah.
point.
Yeah. So then he would have to come down to go up over there, and he's
Mhm.
probably going up over there to eat the pears.
Mhm.
He'll go from the branches of the maple tree to the branches of the tree that's on the deck.
Yep.
And back and forth there. But then we have a couple raccoons that come hang around, but they usually come after dark.
Yeah.
But we catch them on camera all the time. So Lucy knows that whether she hears them or senses them, she will sense that they're there or hear that they're there before our ring even goes off.
Right.
It's crazy.
That's because she's a dog.
I know it shouldn't surprise me, but man, it does every time. All right, so I am putting together, let's see, I want something on the end of this one. I think that little feather would be good on the end of that one. And something a little larger up there. How about, I don't want anything Christmassy. Cats have wait, the cat tree. Wait. Going back here. Margie says, yes, do some of the older stuff. There's nothing new under the sun. That is so true. That is so true. There's nothing new. It's just somebody else did it and added something or did something a little differently. And that's why we always say, inspired by so-and-so, because I'm not going to do it the exact same as they did, but they inspired me to try this or try that. A cat tree. No wonder I'm poor. The cats have taken all my money in food, toys, and vet bills. Here's squirrels on my roof too sometimes, and birds and tigers. It sounded like a tiger running across there, Margie. It really did.
Yeah, the dogs have pretty much taken ours. I mean,
yeah,
I got funded through the rescue I used to work for, but after we adopted them, and
yeah,
we've had a lot of dogs through here that I know if we didn't have them,
you'd have a
and
lot
how
more
much money
to...
we would have saved.
Yeah.
I hear about it all the time.
Yeah. Oh, but he loves them too, so
He
don't
does.
let him fool you. Yeah, don't let him fool you. You know he loves them just as much as you do. Oh, here, how about that? There we go. All right. I think I got, oh, I need one more thing over here. I'm figuring out all my charms, and then I'll put my eyelets on. One more thing hanging here. Don't even do any silver ones. Look at that. I've got a passport. Oh, I'll do this one. I'll do this. I like this. There, let's see. I've got a cool double star. And here's a really cool moon. And that's a cool, I don't know, what is it? What is it? What is that called? Where it goes around in a spiral.
Oh,
and it's got stars on them, so it's like maybe it's supposed to be part of the constellations or something.
Yeah, it could also, like, a lot of people call those meditation mazes when you go around in the meditation maze.
I love those. I would love to have one. Yeah, I would love to have a meditation maze in my yard. Let's see if that's going to be too close.
Jen's pinned by animals, one on each side. Well, I got my two in my belly, so.
Doug's home, so Lucy's with him.
Oh, good.
That one might be a little bit too big.
When is he going back to work?
He's going to try to go back tomorrow.
Nice.
I know. He's doing really, really well.
Good.
And he's, tired of
sitting around
and
yeah,
not making money. So
yeah,
I get it. All right. Need one that's not going to bump up against that star. I have lots of stars.
Dry.
Yeah. Oh, just see if my decoupage things here are dry yet. Oh, I've got a dolphin, and I found a mermaid, dolphin, and a mermaid, and several other things that were from the water. Star. There's a silver star, smaller.
Yeah, usually they do stop people from driving because sometimes the sedatives that are given or I have heard the sedatives that they give can relapse.
Absolutely.
All of a sudden
Yes. So they didn't, they told him he couldn't work for a week. And then, and it all depended on the surgery. So if it hadn't been the absolute best case that it was, he would not be going back to work tomorrow. So today is a week since the surgery. Because they were able to do the whole thing laparoscopically, then, that is definitely a better situation.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to do as deep of sedation. They do general, but it's not as deep.
Right.
So if they would prepare, the anesthesiologist was prepared that halfway through, if they had to cut into him, that they would have to go heavier and deeper and be prepared for that. So, but they didn't. Also, because it was laparoscopic, then the pain in the healing time is less.
Yep.
So he only took, he's only taken a pain pill at night to make sure he could sleep without pain, because when he sleeps, he can heal.
Right.
And so they gave it to him Monday night while he was at the hospital, and he did Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And he hasn't taken a pain pill since then. He's only taken Tylenol. So he's doing really well in that regard. But if he was still taking any pain meds up till today or even yesterday,
he wouldn't have been able to.
No, he wouldn't. He just wouldn't, for safety, he wouldn't even consider doing that on the road. He's very safety conscious. Yeah, he's been watching these videos of the truck drivers that fall asleep.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, my gosh.
I thought he might be watching Ice Road Truckers.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I should tell him about that. It's just weird. And sometimes it's really scary, though. A lot of them have a camera on their dashboard that films inside.
Oh, really?
Oh, wait a minute. I don't say a lot of them. Well, most.
Some of them do.
If they're independently owned, then they do what they want. But like the company, there's a camera in there at all times.
Oh.
So they are, there's a camera in the truck. So these guys get in a wreck, or they fall asleep, and you can see it from the dash cam that goes out, and you can see the guy flying around the cab. Oh, sometimes you're like, how stupid. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just scary. Don't know what people are thinking sometimes, you know? I'm looking for gold.
I am going to mute myself so I can dry.
Okay. Let's see if I have a gold. Also, you do that, or Wildersons. Oh, those are mine are practicing for the midnight zoomies. Here's her sleeping now so that they'll have the energy for midnight zoomies. 6 weeks following the surgery. Yeah, if it's a much heavier sedation, then for sure you have to wait. But yeah, it was fairly light sedation because they were able to do it laparoscopically, and it was only 2 to 2.5 hours. So that does make a big difference. It wasn't because of medication, because of was risk for tear. Oh, yeah. 5 pounds and no driving for risk of an accident and tearing internally. That makes even more sense, Jen. So he is not to lift anything over 10 pounds for 6 weeks. Absolutely. Yeah, for tearing. He has an incision right at his belly button. And you could see how easily it could open up if he... Well, and the other thing is, what they sewed up was his intestines. So if he lifts, and the intestine is a muscle, and you exert those muscles, contract, you're at risk to just tear that incision right open. And that's not pretty. That doesn't even sound bad. Yeah, who'd want to do that? Because then you've got leakage, and you may or may not know right away. And then you get infection, and that's where sepsis comes in. And no, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Just keeping him from 10 pounds is hard enough, because not that he's not trying to listen and follow the rules. It's just think about all the things you do around the house that are more than 10 pounds. Just, it's hard. Hard. You think like a gallon of milk is 8 pounds, though. Brother Dashcam saved his ass a few times. He had his own trucking business, and some swerved into him. Wow. That's crazy. That's okay. We always know what you mean. You don't even have to worry about correcting it, Jen, unless it's like really so bad that we can't tell. But we've learned to read Otto's corrections.
Yeah.
Because he does it to all of us. So, we get it. All right. So I think first thing I'm going to do, about 10, 15 minutes. First thing I'm going to do is put all these eyelets in. And then I can just attach the charms. If I can pick up the slide. There we go. Attach the charms and be good to go. All right. Let's see. So if there are things that anyone is thinking of that you'd really like to focus on or learn about, or have Monday jump starts or tutorials on for 2024, is there something that you'd really like to do? And there's videos out there, but if you want to do something more personal with us, where we ask questions, we're live, stuff like that, let us know. Shoot a message to me, or it could be to any admin. They'll pass it on to me as we meet and discuss kind of things. But we're always trying to figure out what are the things that the group would be most interested in. So we can do what interests us, but we're always trying to figure out what would the group be most interested in. So we really love some feedback when somebody says, hey, and there's a couple people like, Christy's been really great about that. She'll say, hey, Marianne, can you do a tutorial on this? Because I just don't get it, or I would like to learn how to do it, something like that. So that is really helpful, actually, when you do that. So we know exactly what it is that you're wanting. Because we can head one direction, and you're really, the group that part of the group that participates in the lives is really thinking that they want something else. We'd sure like to do what it is people would like. So thinking about things in 24, like making a journal start to finish. We're making the signatures, binding it, decorating it, the whole bit. Thinking about different types of binding, maybe. There are lots of different ways to bind books. Thinking about going back and revisiting some things that we've done, but it's been 2 or 3 years. About making different types of ephemera or flippy flappy folios, or tag books or envelope books, or how many ways can you do an envelope flip in a book?
Mm-hmm. There's a lot.
We could probably go, here's 10 ways to do an envelope flip in a book. And while we're doing it, somebody will think up another.
Come up with another one. Yeah.
Because you just like you do it this way or that way, and while you're doing it, you're like, oh, I could do it that too.
Yep.
How the brains go. So, okay. So yeah, we'd love to hear what. Well, I know we don't have a ton of people here tonight because a lot of people were waiting to get their box. They just don't like to spoil the surprise, and I understand that. But for those that are here, are you interested in doing something in 2024 where the challenge is to do something every single day? And either we have a live where we're doing it, or someone on admin has posts. We put a video in HPP where one of us has recorded something, for new ideas. But like, it's like a lot of you have seen the full deck challenge where it's doing the deck of cards, and you could do a card a day, or you could do an index card a day, or you could do a tag a day, or literally anything, an envelope a day. You could literally do anything you want, but something every day. Are you interested in doing something every day? Not 365 days, not all year long, but maybe for a month. Maybe for a month, and if we like it, everybody likes it, and it goes well, then maybe we do it another month. But things like that. Do challenges like that interest you? See here. All right. So depends on how
Susan
many
says
days.
soup to nuts, she's in.
Sweet. I love it. No, wait a minute. Wait. The group is most interested in Dallas and cats. Just saying. Oh, Margie. Angie just came by today and got a whole bunch of Alice stuff because she has a commission project for an Alice journal. And I can't wait to see it. It's going to be really cool. And I still am going to do an Alice journal. I swear I am. I really want to. I just never seem to get around to it, but I'm going to.
I've done one, but before you were in
HPP?
Yeah.
And do you not have it anymore?
No, it was a commission. It's actually on the video about it is on my
cool.
site,
Okay, so I
my
can see
page.
it. Yeah, I swear I'm going to do an Alice journal. I have a little one made out of a Jello box that Margie made for me. that I
Oh,
love. I know, it's cute. Teeny tiny cute. I love it. All right. I'm going to get some of these.
Jen says she's better with once a week. Now, would that be once a week, Jen, and having homework? So like it's once a week that we have and show what's going on, but during the week you're having to
create.
completely create.
A tag a day or something like that.
Or yeah.
Go ahead.
Or you're completing the insert that you're doing, or you complete the why is my brain not working? Like, for instance, if we were doing a journal. So 1 week you're working on one of the things.
Oh, one of the signatures or
the front or
okay. Yeah, one portion of it. This week we're doing this portion
of
the book, and next week we'll do that portion of the book.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if it was something like a tag a day or a card a day or whatever that is, if I might look at it and go, all right, a tag a day, I can take 15 to 30 minutes each day this week and make one of those. Oh, but I will not have time on this day and this day. Mm-hmm. So on the previous day, I could do 3. Or, on Saturday, maybe there's a little more time and I could do a couple there. Just making sure that I have my total in that I want. But yeah. The idea about doing something every day is just that it gets us into a creative mode every day, and it gets us into our studio or your craft room and doing something that we love, even if it's just for a few minutes, because things don't have to be complicated. It's a tag a day or a card a day or,
and it also gives you like whoever's doing it. So you might have 10 people that did it one day. So you see an idea on that from somebody else. And then, so it's also giving you ideas that you may not have thought of.
Yes. And when everybody posts them in the group, and you've got a ton of people posting theirs for today, okay, there's a new idea. I'm going to try that for mine tomorrow. Yeah, I love that you brought that up. Okay, so here's the first one. This one has gold charms.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, I like how it turned out. And that's the only one where I matched the eyelet color to the color of the charms. The others I did not. So let's see how they turn out. Put these gold rings away. I do like to mass make, but make like if I'm mass making, I like to make things of different styles, so that when you're doing a journal, you can have, 10 of these and you go through them and pick the one. If they're all the same style, it might not fit with my journal depending on what I'm doing, but having a variety so that there's some to pick through to decorate the journal. It makes decorating journals really fast. Oops. All right, so this one is vintage bronze. So how did your stuff dry from the crackle?
It did. I'm probably won't get to putting the crackle on until I'll have to ink it, or you know what I mean, like to get the crackle to show up.
I was going to ask if you, and the crackle, it takes a while. I know, when you dry it, you get some, but the longer it sits, the more it cracks. And the thicker you put it on. If you put it on thick, you get deep cracks, and if you put it on thin, you get thin cracks. So who knows what
Isn't it wonderful that my thrift store uses these tags to put
Yes.
on.
Yes. Love those. Love that they do that.
I need new tags. I just go to the
Oh,
thrift store.
I need tags. I'm going shopping. That is funny.
No, usually I can ask them, "Hey, can you grab me some tags from back there?"
Oh,
They
really?
usually do. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Wow. I need a great big jump ring that will go all the way to the center of this. I wonder, I don't think that is big enough. Let's see.
It's a little high on that, but I don't think it's going to matter. Still going to hold it together.
Big as well. Just wrong color. They're very bright. Well, I can take a lime green one and end up putting some ink on it or something. These are really colorful, but they're great big giant. But they're really soft. They open up easily. If this one isn't big enough, then I'll have to pick something else other than this coin for the center. Because I don't think...
Yeah, Jen. I have done something like that. Actually, I used to do a journal a month. And doing it throughout the process of doing it and doing it sort of slow crafting. That's great to get everybody on. It'd be fun to be able to get everybody on, every day to see one portion of whatever you're doing, or taping something for every day. So that would be something that is a good idea, and definitely could be done, because we could even split it up between those of us in so that Marianne wasn't doing it all.
Yeah, we would get
take some pressure off of her.
Other admin that wants to participate, because I want to get you guys your ideas too. You know, everybody's different takes on things.
So that would be another.
Oh yeah, no, I'm with you, Jen. For a month, yes, but for all year, not a chance. Nope.
Yeah.
Use the giant cards from the sale for an Alice journal. That would be cool. Once a week, 2 different topics. Yeah. Okay. Just get a wild hair and go do what I'm thinking about until the hair is tamed. Usually about 5 minutes. Tag a day for a month. So I was thinking about making a journal series. It was all about slow crafting and showing the whole design and thought process. Yep. Then later you mentioned craft along daily. I was not talking about making them one and the same. Very pretty on an angle like that. Okay. Interested in that, Jen, this slow crafting process. Yep. If I might make a stage review group on Facebook, but be kind. It will be my first to start making content. Good. Yeah. No schedule. Would love to see them, Jen. All their content. I will stalk them. Can you see? They would be on YouTube, Susan. They would be on YouTube, and she would put them in Facebook so that anybody in the group could click on it and go to YouTube. But she would actually record them on YouTube. Yep. That's what wonder a month of videos, possibly. Yeah. Yeah. And and it's basically what we've done is just every part of making a journal, we just break it down, and like this, here's a spine dangle, like this. So actually this journal right here, and the one that is similar to it that I sold with the big boho bead that Margie got. I love that journal, by the way. I know Margie will love it just as much. This was made, the reason I had 2 of those that were really very much the same is because they were something that we did. One was made live. And so as I made it, everybody could work along with us. And we took 2, I can't remember, 2 or 3 weeks to do that. And then the other one I just recorded the tutorial. And I can't remember if I did it all in one or if I split it into 2. So one of these I did on a recorded tutorial because it's going to be much faster. And the other one we made live. So, and that's, a lot of people hadn't made a journal, start to finish. and putting it together and the signatures and all of that. So that's why we decided to do that. However, we really just break it down and say, okay, today let's make boho beads. You could use those as spine jewelry. This is just a way to use the slides to make the spine jewelry here. Or let's make tags. Here's some different ways to make tags. Or we'll use this technique to make this today. Because there's so many different techniques to make everything. So it's just getting a part and piece of the journal every time we do something, and then people can put it together how they want, with whatever journal they want to make. Why are you sticking? It's not going through. Oh, because it goes that way. Duh. Okay. We get the rest of these on here quickly, Marianne. So, but yeah, I've thought about maybe it's time to do a journal start to finish, and knowing ahead of time exactly what kind we're going to do and exactly what you'll need. I also I have done there's at least one video. There probably is only one. I think I only recorded one album in YouTube here, not junk journal, but an album, and that was the owl one. And I still would really like to do an album as a tutorial or as a series of lives. Albums can take a lot of, well, so can journals. They can take a lot of time, but we can also do it and then say, okay, go finish this part this week whenever you can. And then next Monday when we meet, we'll do that part. You guys know the difference in an album and a journal. And I say journal because not all journals are junk journals. Some are partial. Some are not really made with junk at all. And so it's just journals. We just like making books and albums. Albums are, okay, there's the next one. Albums are clean line. So like as you flip the pages, it's very clean line. It's not torn. And you've got all the flips and pockets and, flips here and there and in and out and whatever. But it's like the base may be black or craft. And then you've got the paper on that. I don't know how to describe it. In my mind, it's either clean line versus not clean line. I don't know how else to say it. How would you say it? It's hard.
Because album wise,
to somebody who doesn't know maybe what an album is. I think
an album is more of it's more of a more decorated, I guess, less space to write in than a junk journal would be.
An album, you can leave space to write in,
right?
And you can also put in paper to write in, but yeah, it's much more decorative than just pages to write on.
I've never done an actual album. I always do, a junk journal or a
journal of some sort, a book, of some sort. If I get the link to the owl one, and it's just a flip through of it, it's not making it, it's just the flip through. But if I get the link and put it in the group so that those who maybe don't know what an album is can take a quick look at that, I'd be curious to know, and maybe I just put that in a post. This is an album versus a journal or a junk journal. Who's interested in doing an album?
Right.
Because I would still like to do one of those. I know people have said in the past they are. And today I was working on the kits for the owl or the vintage library box. Today I was working on the kits for the vintage library box because I'm excited. I think we need to do this in January. It's time.
Yes.
It is time. Let's do it. So these are, this is really fun. And I think that's going to be a super fun one. I think we're going to keep the class small. I think we're only going to put together 10 kits. So,
oh, good.
Yeah, it'll be a real nice size for everybody to get the help attention that they want, and still be able to move along quickly enough to get it done. That'll be a fun workshop to do. Yeah, so as soon as I get those kits priced, then I'll put that in the group. So it'll just be a first come, first serve on the kits. First people to sign up and pay would get to participate in that. So, oh, look at these cute little binoculars. They would go cute with this owl, wouldn't they? Yeah, I gotta use binoculars. That's cute. The acorns weren't hanging right because of that top thing is too big to really work with the bulb pin. So there we go. We got binoculars, an owl, and I'm not sure if it's a feather or a leaf. It's probably a leaf, but it could pass as either. And then we need one bulb pin on the top. All right. So we've got a bronze, 2 bronze ones, a gold one, and a silver one.
Oh, I just thought of something.
What? Ooh, that's pretty.
Oh, thank you. I just thought of something I can do with one of these.
On the thing you're making?
Yep.
Very
In fact, I think I want to say there's one with orange flowers. I got a couple flowered ones.
Ooh.
So I think that might work. And of course, I just dumped it out, but I actually had put them in the front.
Aw.
But that's okay.
1, 2, 3.
I've got a lot of mountains and pretty
really
in mine, yeah.
That's cool. All right, the silver one.
There it is.
So, and treasure books instead of journals. Yeah, they're all treasured books. Yeah.
Yeah, so one of the things I have noticed is people call things different things.
Yeah.
So somebody may call, a journal or some sort of journal, but then the next person next to you may call it
something else.
And it does get confusing.
It does. And I always try to find like what is really, the real name of that supposed to be. I try to use that. Like there is a difference in a folio and an album or a folio and a book.
Right.
And that's very confusing. I was confused about that for a long time. Like what is a folio and what compared to a junk journal? Why do you call this a folio and that a journal?
Right.
Puppy's been yelling for 10 minutes and just now picked up your computer mouse and moved it. She finally stopped. Wow. It was bugging her, Margie. The mouse was in her space. It's funny. Glynis, we've got a box it's not full, but it's well on its way to being full. And for the class, I want to have the kits available and ready to ship so that we have plenty of time for people to be able to pay and ship them and have them before the class. So we know it takes about 2 weeks to get to you. And so if there was 3 to 4 weeks lead time, if that box is if that's like last thing I put in the box and it's ready to go, then we could get that to you in time. But yeah, it depends on, if we know that there's a box and we know you want to do that, then we would hold something else out to get that in there. She's such a trip. That is funny. Let's see. I will announce it as soon as I have the price on the kits. I'm trying to make it as low as possible. And we'll probably wait till right after Christmas because everybody's got Christmas on their mind right now, and that's where money needs to go. Let's see. What else are we missing here? Probably make pets of them. I like mice, Margie. I'm with you. Make pets of them. I think mice are cute. Okay, so I'm going to take the screen for a second and show you these up close, and then we'll put it on DM so you can see what she has done. So here's one, the first one, and this one I did on the angle. And so as it hangs down, the three things will hang down at the angle. The center one is a coin. This one's a gear with a star and a key. And that one is in vintage bronze. This one is in gold and is also on the corner, on the diagonal. So we've got a gold tassel there, and then a bead, and it has a ring on the bottom. So I added the tiny feather, and then there is a gold key over there. The third one is bronze, and this one, oops, they just folded up. I'll have to unfold them. Binoculars to go with that owl, and either feather or leaf, whichever that is in the center. I gotta see why those binoculars folded up. And the last one is silver. These last two are hung straight with, I think it's supposed to be like constellations. Maybe that's the Milky Way. I don't know, with stars, a star, a silver star in the center, and a silver moon. So that would be pretty with Sarah's constellation type journal. So, I have to think about that. All right, DM, you want to show them what you've been making?
Sure.
I know you're not done, but we'll.
I know.
It's what we're working on. Yeah, my tags are all rolled up.
Okay, so what I've done here is I made a hole. Well, this is going to be the clasp, but I made a hole in each side, and I just looped the tag. Oops, sorry, Marie. Make sure you can see. They can see it.
Oh, that's cute. I love that.
So I put that through, and obviously I'm not done, but I am going to put like a one of the buttons up here so that it's and then this is going to come around, and you're going to be able to put it either through this, so it's not going to be that tight,
or around
the button.
That is such a cute idea.
And then, it's just right there. And I did it like this to slide it to make sure I could get it to the center. Just because
I love that.
So what I did here is I used a tag, and that's actually, it's holding on to the piece of sari silk with one of the buttons.
I love the outhouse.
And that is an old outhouse. I had a book that was all about vintage outhouses, and that's one of the outhouses. This is that paper from the journal, which I love. And I put some of the, and this does have the crackle on it, and you can't see it right now, but I can see them. Okay. Well, maybe you can.
And it'll crackle more as the longer it sits there, the more it'll crackle.
So this is the envelope with the big pieces, big pictures in it. See, look, he's scary.
You got 3 big ones. He is.
Yep.
Oh, she's pretty.
She is very pretty. Her necklace is very pretty too.
Yeah.
And then this one right here is got the these in it.
Yep, the envelopes.
The envelopes.
Cool.
And then this is the antique, the thing that she wrote. Yep. So you can still see the inside of this, but there's not much there. This right here is where I'm going to put this.
Cute.
But I want everything to be dry before I stick that in there.
Yeah. What a cute
this wraps
idea.
around, and this is actually like this right here is still sticky, so that's why I'm
Yeah,
waiting to put
yeah.
everything in. And
Okay.
this is so basically what I've done is I've made everything that I've gotten
Into one, and that
into
flips out,
and that flips out
and
into
all the
one.
postcards are in that one.
Yep.
Wow. She
Into
just
one.
turned all the envelopes. Well, see, there's another way to make flippy envelopes, Susan. Yeah.
So
Oh, wow.
basically it's just everything that was in here is in here except for these are too thick. I'm not going to be able
Mhm.
to put them all in there, but this
No,
reminds me that it was
that
with
you
it.
have them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you can even put a tiny little sticky note on the back of it if you wanted to tell you where you stored them.
Yep, exactly. And I didn't use this yet. That's what the buttons were
Mm.
in.
Mhm.
So I
You
might
could put a
even
couple slides in that and then put that
that's
in there with
yep,
just a
that's what I was
few.
thinking, and I just haven't found the right place
Mm.
for it. So
Yeah. Yeah.
so
So
yeah.
this is what I mean by, we say, okay, we're going to show you 10 ways to do this. And while we're doing them, you suddenly get an idea of another way and another way and another way. It's while just playing with things and doing stuff that ideas come to us. And when we see one thing, yeah, I love that. That's fantastic job.
I actually really
Really
like
creative.
making connecting them this way so that you
Hmm.
do get to see everything.
Yes. You
And
can
it's
still
it's
use the envelope as an envelope. You can see everything that's there.
mhm.
Yeah. And it still all folds up or rolls up into one
Yep.
book, one journal. That's very creative, and I really like that. They love that too.
Thank you guys.
Yeah. That's cool. I like it. I
Thank
love it.
you.
Want some more of it. All right, time for me to go. It is 7:22. Whew. So, one of DM's floppy creations from Retreat. Yes, it's on my special shelf with the HPP journal I bought. Ah, yes. Yes. Retreat
I
is
do
always
like
a
making
special
flippy
sale.
floppy things.
I do too. Yeah, and we seem to go in kind of waves where we get
Mhm.
really sucked into flippy floppy things, and so we'll do 5 different things,
Yep.
that way, and then do something else. But yeah, we're starting to plan 2024. Starting to plan. We've been planning it for a few months already. We need to nail down some specifics because January's coming really soon.
Mhm.
But probably the first thing to watch for will be the announcements of the kits available for the vintage library. Um, uh, uh, what is it? Just went right out of my head.
Hold on.
The box.
It's
The box.
this.
The box. DM has one too. We made them at the same time. There it is. Very cool.
And I even have an alcohol bottle that
Oh, Cheryl, you will have to watch it. And then the crafting that we did with him afterwards. Yeah. And I will tell you that the things that are going to be in the kit are you're going to have full things in the kit, not just a piece of this and a piece of that to make this. So you'll have a full this and you'll use, a tiny bit of it to make this. And you're going to have a ton of supplies left that you could make many of these or use them to make a journal or another kind of book or all kinds of stuff. So the kits are going to be amazing in that the things that you get, for example, some of these things, these are cut out from the collectibles book, which is 6x12. And there's hundreds of them in there. Hey, I'll be right there. And you get the whole book, even though you might only cut out and use, 3 or 4 different things in there. You get the whole book. So you're going to be able to do a lot of things with the kit, and you'll get almost everything you need. You'll only need to have a couple of things on your own, and you'll have a very specific list of what you'll need in addition. And you'll get with the kit, you'll get printed instructions so that you could make it again. Yeah, Patience Kilt Man. We'll let her go soon. He's like, I've got to go back on the road tomorrow. I'm waiting for you. So yeah, it is. Let me here, DM, show yours. There you go.
so this is most everything from the kit, but I did add some of my own personal
Yeah,
things. Like
she
I made a
kept
little liquid
going and
bottle.
going and going
Yeah, I
and
couldn't stop
all.
once
Yeah,
I did
I'm
it.
telling you, these were so fun that yeah, these were so fun. She just could not stop and just kept adding, 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 adding. And the kit will
HPP right
be,
there.
yeah, the kit will be such that you'll be able to pick and choose. Maybe you don't want this here like I have it. You'll be able to pick and choose that you want to put something else there. Or the cameo was my own. That won't be in the kit, but if you wanted to put a cameo, you could. You see the teeny tiny little mice? There's a
Yep.
couple of mice in here, and they're just fussy cut them out, and you'll have all kinds of things to choose from. So if you say, well, I don't want books sitting on the shelf, but I'd rather have, whatever else, the little candle with the mouse up on the shelf, you'll be able to choose anything you want because there'll be plenty of things in the kit for you to choose from. Oh, maybe I'll even stick a real feather in there. I hadn't thought about that because
Oh, that's right. Because yes, I
yeah,
remember when we decided on that. That
use
was
the
fun.
feather from one of my
Yeah.
chicks. I'm gonna have to get that little
Well,
wet.
while I have glue
Yeah.
out, I think I'm gonna put the
So,
liquor bottle in his paw or in
oh, that's
his
a good idea.
wing.
Yeah, maybe you want to add metal on it, or not. But like these rub-ons and the paint and everything that you're going to need to do a really cool project. And if you want to add stuff, you certainly can. But the kit will be inclusive of everything you need to complete the project. And the one that I teach and we walk through, I will only use what is in the kit so that you will be able to complete that project with me with what is in the kit. So that's going to be a fun one.
And
Wait a
Dawn
minute.
Marie will be making her own, and you can see what you can add to it.
Well,
I'm just
after
teasing.
after the class, yeah,
Yes.
after the class, then we may take them and go crazy with them and do all kinds of other things. During the class, we'll do so everybody can follow and make it exactly as it, not exactly as it is,
Margie,
because
that's
you
not
get confused.
fair.
What she say? Limited
She's gonna
spots.
buy all of them.
I haven't opened my. That's not. You can't have it all. You can't have them all. Why not? I could buy them all, and nobody else gets to play. When I need to keep this one, in order to show for that workshop. But then when I'm done with that, then I am going to let Margie buy it. She was the first person who jumped in and said, I want to buy that. And so it's kind of got Margie all over it, including the little mice. I love mice. Margie does too. But yeah, so I just have to hang on to it long enough to do that workshop, and then I will let Margie buy this one. And I will even sign it. Now, see, I took some 100-year-old spines and just decoupaged them on the sides, but you won't have to do that. You could do that if you want to, but you'll have a stencil of the book spines. We'll use that. And we'll talk about the box and the whole bit. We'll talk about everything. But so just watch for the announcement. It'll be right after Christmas of the owl. We'll call it it'll be Vintage Library is what it is. It says it somewhere there, but the Vintage Library creation. That's what you'll want to watch for is the Vintage Library creation. We will only have 10 spots on that workshop so that we can all get together and talk and make sure that everybody gets the time and attention. And it's going to be an all-day event or 2 half days. But it will be, it'll be lengthy so that we can walk through the entire thing. And you're not going to be left hanging. So that's going to be a ton of fun. I'm very excited about that. So watch for that right after Christmas. And soon, I hope, Glennis, I do not have details yet. Still working on a couple of details on retreat, but I hope really soon. I hope right after the beginning of the year that we'll have retreat details because January, March, April. Yeah, okay, that's plenty of time. I was thinking that it was sooner than it was, but no. Retreat will likely be the first week of May, but we're still trying to work out some details on that. So if you've been thinking about retreat, keep that in mind. And lots of things in my mind about retreat, about different ways, different places, different times, all kinds of stuff. And then Dan throws in some new ideas.
Sorry.
That's okay, because I'd actually been thinking about that, but I had not looked at location.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all you did was get me thinking about that all over again. Buff and beautiful. Oh, hot and spicy, cute and cuddly. Oh my goodness. It's time for me to go. I will tell him. I will give him a big HBP squeeze. Awesome. Thanks for being here. We hope you enjoyed the December box, and I can't wait for January. I can't wait for January. It's going to be awesome.
I can't wait for January either.
So
I'm curious now.
Just a reminder, if you want to be on the mailing list for the subscription for the January box, you need to have subscribed and paid by December 31st. If it is January 1st, that sets you up for the February box. Okay. So it has to be in December that you pay for the January box. And when you go to the website, hppcreate.com, to get the January box, you must put the box by itself in the cart. Don't put anything else with it, or it treats it like it's a one-time thing. It does not put you on the subscription. So the box by itself, check out, and then if there's other things you want to look at, go back in. Let's see. Quick check of the chat.
Everybody's saying good night. So.
And Margie, that's what we do around here. We say bye. Can you hear Kiltman laughing out there? That's Margie's bye. Love you guys. Thanks for being with us
Bye,
tonight.
everyone. Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.